Good evening, guys, and happy Saturday to all of your sunshiny faces. I keep feeling like today is Sunday for some reason. Like it's sort of, I don't know. I keep thinking that like, oh, we have tomorrow and then we have to take the dogs to the vet, which is on Tuesday. And for some reason I keep thinking that's on like, I kind of keep thinking it's tomorrow even. I'm like, but like I know it's on Tuesday, but I feel like today is either like Monday or Sunday. So anyways, no, it's only Saturday. So we ended up working kind of on a big project that is not super huge, but we ended up going through with the reno upstairs. We went through all of the electric that needed to be moved around or put in because we're adding like a wall upstairs, and so because of that we need to add like outlets along that wall. We need to move some stuff around. We're adding a whole bunch of different things for my parents' room as far as lights go, and it's gonna be like a fun room upstairs. I'm honestly a little jealous just because it's like everything is stripped down and they get to pick, you know, like where they want everything and how they want everything done. You know, like they're gonna do actually like sconces over their bed, which is really cool. But so because of that, we're running like the electric with the light switches with you know, like all kinds of stuff. We're gonna do a little like reading book nook upstairs, so we're gonna run a light over to that spot. So instead of just being like, oh, we're gonna do like a little reading corner and having like a floor lamp, we're running like hardwiring like stuff in certain places. And also to my mom's office, we need to add a lot of electrical outlets over there because she has got a lot of things that need to be plugged in. So like redoing her office when we did it down here, I think we ended up adding I want to say she has two like quad like boxes that have 4 outlets, plus they have 2 USBs in one of them. The other one has 4 outlets, then the other one underneath I think only has 2, so I think she has a total of 10 outlets in her room, plus 2 USB ports that are like hardwired, like it's the outlet that has the USB in it as well. So like I said, and she still is like, I don't have enough room, I need more, you know, outlets and all this kind of stuff. So she's like, when you guys do the upstairs, just know that like we need to add even more outlets. So I think we're going to do 4 quad boxes above desk level, 1 below, and 2 of them will have USBs in them instead of just the 1 now, which those ones are expensive. They're like 20 bucks I think for like the outlets with USBs in them. It's like expensive. So versus like, it's funny because just regular outlets are like 69 cents. I swear they're super cheap. And then the other ones like with the USB though, they're really expensive. They're like I said, like close to 20 bucks or something along those lines. So we're gonna do that. We're going to, over my dad's desk area, he's going to get a new outlet over on that side. Like I said, we're removing the switches because my parents are going to have like a little walk-in closet kind of space upstairs because there's no closet upstairs. So they're going to do kind of like a little custom walk-in closet kind of thing where I think they're going to have like their dressers, but we're also going to probably do like shelving like units, like enclosed rods, that kind of stuff in that closet area. We kind of have to wait a little bit. Like I can see it somewhat, like the vision of like the room, but at the same time it's kind of like we have to wait until maybe the walls are up, maybe until like there's not plywood flooring upstairs, like some of the things, like so I can picture the space maybe a little bit better to understand like how some of this stuff is gonna go. So I can see, like I said, like the room and like how some of the stuff, you know, but like I feel like until it's kind of done, you don't really know like how the furniture is gonna fit or how this thing's gonna work or that thing, or you know, kind of like I said, whatever it might be. And so because of that, we're trying to, you know, like I don't have the complete vision for how everything's gonna work in this space. It's, again, all of the things are all going to be like, you know, all new and, you know, like and done up nicer, I guess, and more custom to kind of, again, what my parents are looking for using the room as. So like I said, like an office slash bedroom upstairs. So my mom's office is going to be on one side with kind of a somewhat closed off space with like the wall, and then they're going to have a little closet next to that on one side, and then the other side is where they're going to have like their bed, and my dad's desk is also going to be on that side. So like I said, they'll have their space, you know, their space that'll work hopefully for them up there, but you know, it's all going to be how they're, you know, like the space that how they're going to use the space, if that makes sense. And you know, like I said, you know, we're putting like the lights over their bed because that's where they're going to have their bed, versus if, you know, again, the space was being used for something else, you probably wouldn't want them there, you know, whatever it is. But just, again, how they are planning on using the space, we're doing it, you know, much more custom for that. So anyways, we spent a lot of time. So Matthew and Jack, actually, Matthew pulled out all of the like nail stripping or whatever it's called for like the carpet that was upstairs. The carpet's gone, but that was still around the outside, so he pulled all that up. Jack did a big sweep of everything that was upstairs because there was like not insulation, but the like padding under the carpet that was all, it's kind of like disintegrating and what needed to be all kind of swept up afterwards. And so he ended up doing that, and then they ended up, I think that was kind of what they ended up doing. And Jack also mowed the lawn today, even though it was kind of cold out today. It was raining earlier. The lawn was like a disaster. It was like horrible. It was a nightmare, actually, like how tall the grass was. And then also too, just like in the backyard especially, there was like huge patches of what looked like, I'm pretty sure it was like crabgrass, but like the grass would look like nice but super overgrown, and there'd just be this one giant like chunk of crabgrass. And I was like, we need to kind of tame some of the stuff in the backyard, since I could see it because of how overgrown it was. But like, it's weird though, because other than that 1 week where it was like 75 degrees and stuff like that, then it's been real cold, and it's like almost not even like lawn mowing weather like outside, because it's been like really, really cool. And so it's funny though, because like now it seems like all the neighbors are starting to mow their lawn, and our lawn is starting to stand out a little bit more and more. And so we were like, we probably need to get to that. So Jack did that today too. And then me and my dad ended up laying out all of the electric. We wrote up like blueprints for it and how we're gonna end up doing everything, and where we're running everything to, and you know, what makes best case scenario, and you know, all that kind of stuff. You know, like, I guess best situation, like where everything's gonna fit. Because like originally what we were gonna do is we were gonna have in the like book nook area sort of that my parents are doing, we're doing a can light or like recess lighting, and we were going to do a light switch right next to it. However, because of the way the wall is upstairs and the way the even the studs are, it's gonna be probably real difficult to get a switch against that wall. And so, and because there's a window there too, so we were like, what if we just ran it over to where the main overhead light is? If we ended up adding like the switch, we just ran it all the way across the ceiling and had the switch there. And so, you know, we're doing that. We're also doing like a whole little custom space sort of for my mom's makeup table. So we're gonna do like a overhead light over her makeup table that again is gonna be hardwired in with a switch and an outlet there, so if she ever has anything that she needs to plug in there, like makeup brush, electric makeup brush cleaners, which I think she actually has one of those, but you know, like that kind of stuff, if she had just like something, you know, that she needed to plug in that sort of space or whatever, she has that, plus the switch will be on the same, like in the same box. So we're, like I said, planning everything out. But a lot of, like I said, like kind of the cool custom things that you would potentially not really be able to do, because a lot of that requires running new electric, and you get into the part where like you make so many holes in the wall or cover over so many boxes, at some point it's gonna look kind of like trashy because you kind of need to like cover it over with drywall at that point because there's going to be a lot of holes, you know, like where we're moving outlets from, you know, and that kind of stuff. Like if in my room currently I was like, oh, you know what, I want an outlet here and I want one here and I want to move the light switch over there, you know, again, do whatever, we would probably have to, again, to like run an electric, you know, run it from here or do that, or, you know, again, whatever it is. Actually might not be that difficult because I think most of it is in the base, the crawl space, so except for like the overhead, like the ceiling fan and stuff like that, or I'm sorry, mine is just a ceiling light, but it's my little chandelier in here, but you know, like that kind of stuff would be more difficult, I feel like, again, other than the fact that I think some of it's run through the crawl space, but just because we'd be like, okay, well now we have to like just put like blanks over some of the boxes and then there'd just be a lot of blanks, because we can't, I mean, we'd have to take this stuff off and then cover it over and then do drywall. But like my dad was saying too, if you ever need to get into the box to use the splice, then you can't, like that's why you just put like a blank over like the box if you're not using it, which is what we did in my mom's office in one spot, because we ended up using it, like just moving the outlet up so it was above her desk, so there's a blank actually behind her desk right now where it's just the outlet that we moved up and then we ran wire across. But the thing is that we had to do in there, because we couldn't run it through the studs, we actually just ran wire mold through her office at the top part, because like I said, we couldn't get through the studs to run electric to a spot where it doesn't already have electric and we can't easily come down or go up from. So again, there were some problems sort of that you're faced with when you already have like a pre-done room and you're trying to add that kind of stuff or do it, like I said, a little bit more custom. So it took us a while today. We did get some boxes in because my dad did have a couple, but we do have to go to Menards tomorrow and buy several more things that we need, and outlets and switches and all that kind of stuff, and then get everything wired up. So that's the big sort of plan for tomorrow, is to get all that stuff done and taken care of. But I will most likely not have a haul for you guys until Monday, because my mom has to run an errand in the area anyway on Monday. And today we weren't going to, because we were going to try and spend as much time as we could upstairs getting the stuff done up there, and kind of the same thing for tomorrow, because not during this week but during the following week, I think like who we're having do the building the wall and doing the drywall and all that kind of stuff, said that I guess he's like working on a big project, I think this week, and then the following week we could possibly have things scheduled then for him to start doing the work at that point. And so if that is the case, then we, you know, need to have the electric done, and we need to have some of the other things, you know, kind of set up. But like I was telling my dad too during this week, is that my dad's probably will have a little bit more time this week, like during the week, but whatever days that he, that it's not raining, we need to work on our gardens, because it's starting to blow up a little bit. And like I said too, we got a lot of rain and then it warmed up and now it's kind of getting cool, but in, you know, too, with everything thawing, and there's a lot of weeds that need to be weeded out, you know, garden beds that need to be weeded. The vegetable garden needs to be gone over and gone through. We need to add more dirt to the vegetable garden beds as well, and probably like possibly some type of like compost. I want to try and look to see if there's like safe compost that I don't have, that it's not like hot compost, because I was looking at that and it said you can put it on. There was one brand I was looking at that was like, you can put it on at any time, because we have compost, but I wanted to do it in the fall so that over the winter, like when it starts to break down, it won't affect the plants. And so because that can come into a whole, you know, like you don't want to put hot compost in like, what's it called, the, you know, like vegetable garden, or really like any garden bed. A lot of times, especially with the vegetable garden, I've always tried to do it in the fall, but we actually, I don't think have ever done it. That's always when I want to do it. So like I said, I want to look to see if they don't have some of that stuff there. If not, we for sure need some more, like probably a mix of potting soil and topsoil to do in the vegetable garden beds. And we probably want to get mulch as well. So like I said, there's a handful of things that we still need to like get done and taken care of, and possibly errands that, you know, like I said, we might make more than one trip out to Menards. But anyways, that is what we've been up to. That's what we've, like I said, been doing. Today we were busy with all of that, which was really awesome because, like I said, I feel like the room is kind of finally taking form. We're finally, like, officially, it almost feels like getting things, like now that there's like blueprints, it feels like things are kind of getting like down on paper, like, are a little more like real, I guess. So anyways, that's cool. It's been fun. Like, I like this part of the process. I'll be honest, even though demoing is fun, it's not, I think I'd rather, like, I like the actual building and putting things back together, I think, than the destruction, because it's just such a mess. I don't like the mess. And the installing sometimes can be messy, but like, I just, you know, I know that it's leading to somewhere, whereas like the demo, I know it's just leading to more work to clean up before we finally get to the point where we're done with the demo and we're just working on then the building points, you know, and process of that. So anyways, it's been like kind of sporadic too. We haven't been working super consistently on it, but we need to kind of like I said, get down to things, especially if by next week we're potentially having the wall be built and, you know, the drywall put in, because we're doing the insulation to ourselves, which means we need to get that stuff. We need to put it in, and we have to have the electric done first. So the idea is to hopefully by the end of this week, again, we'll have time during the week to kind of work on things too. And when it's not raining, like that was the plan, is when it's not raining, we work outside in the gardens, and when it is raining, to work upstairs and do the things upstairs that we need to get done. So like I said, that's kind of how our week is hopefully looking for this week. But the plan would be to hopefully have all the electric done by this week, and then by like next week, and hopefully we can do the insulation. And then the following week, I don't know if the following week we'll have him come out to finish the upstairs, or if we're just planning on, like, you know, I guess like nailing down a date for when that will then kind of be done or taken care of or whatever. So anyways though, I will see you guys all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love it if you'd subscribe, and I'll see y'all very soon, shiny faces tomorrow. So bye guys.